Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to put together this fox applique block. So this is one of the blocks in the Woodland Critters applique pattern that includes a whole bunch of different animals, but you can also get it just on its own, just the fox pattern. It's the Fergal fox pattern, and both of those are available in the shop at shinyhappyworld.com. Here's how to make him. All right, let's put this fox together. This is the video showing how to do it if you have a light box. That means if you're using a light box, you can ignore all of these dotted placement lines that are on the paper side of your block, but you do need to transfer the stitching lines. On the fox, there's only one, and that's optional. So if you want to do the eyelashes, you'll need to transfer those from the paper side of your pattern to the fabric side before you peel off the paper backing. So I am going to give this fox eyelashes, and so I'm going to lay that right down on my light box so that I can see those lines right through it. And I'm going to transfer those just using a fine tip Sharpie. It is a permanent pen, but that's okay because I'm going to stitch over these black lines with black stitching, so I'll never see those lines again after I do the stitching. So that is the only lines that I need to transfer for this guy. So let's get started putting the pieces together. So if you're using a light box, the numbers tell you what piece is what, and they also tell you in what order to lay them down. So we're going to start with piece number 1, which is his neck. And then number 2 is one of his ears. And number 3 is the other ear. Number 4 is the top part of his head. All right, now 5 and 6 are these cute little whiskery bits. There's 5 and 6. These are really easy to line up because all those whiskers give you lots of guidelines. Now we're going to do the eyes. That's 7 and 8. The eyes are interchangeable. It doesn't really matter which one goes on which side. But if you are having trouble seeing the lines through the fabric, especially the darker fabrics, just push it down and you can see the lines through much more clearly once you make actual physical contact with all the layers. Those markings show through better. And then the last bit is number 9, and that is his nose, and that's going to cover up the weirdness of those whiskery pieces. All right. So I'm going to carefully lift up the silicone mat, carry it over to my ironing board, fuse those pieces in place right on the silicone mat, let them cool, peel that up, and then fuse it down to my background block. I'll do all of the outline stitching, and then I'll bring it back here and show you the finished block and also show you another version I did with different fabrics. All right. Here is the finished fox with all of the outline stitching done. I also added catch lights to his eyes. I just used a little bit of white fabric paint to give it like a little bit of light to his eyes. But I wanted to show you a couple of other colors that I did. So this one uses the Animal Kingdom Blenders collection that is in my Spoonflower shop. And the background block is from the Avocado Blenders collection. And I did the whole quilt sample for the Woodland Critters quilt. I used all different avocado blenders for the background and all different natural colors from the Animal Kingdom color collection for the animals. So it all goes together. But here's another different look. So this one also uses the Animal Kingdom, so it's a very realistic colored fox, but the background block is from the Farmer's Market solid quilt blocks. You can get these. I've got them with the quilt lines pre-printed on the fabric, so you can just follow the lines, which is a great way to do it if you're new to this kind of doodle quilting that I have. And I have one more version that I did of this guy. So this one is more of a fantasy version. So instead of the more realistic kind of rusty red, this one is in a colorful orange. And the background block is, so basically it is the reverse. So this one, the color palette for the background is what the farmer's market palette, where I've taken all of the shades of colors from fruits and vegetables, and the Animal Kingdom palette is all realistic animal colors. This is a quilt that I'm working on that uses the reverse of that. So all of the background blocks are from the Animal Kingdom palette, and the animals are all tone on tone, all monochrome from the Farmer's Market color palette. So just a fun, different twist on that fox pattern. I love seeing how to do things, how they look very different when you use different fabrics and different colors. So I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and this is the fox pattern.